Hey guys, welcome to the podcast. I'm Orange Samurai. We have Garrett over here and Evan, and today we're talking about. Trevor,
what are you talking about?
Set 4 leaders. Set 4 leaders, yeah. Set 4 leaders. Some questions about OPO3, but first I want to ask you guys. So now that we have Peoria out of the way, and we had the Whitebeard, and you both played it. Now that you're going to locals again, are you still playing Whitebeard?
I have.
You have?
Time. Yeah.
Doing most
I want to try to find if you can make it better first.
Mm-hmm. You can always make it better.
What's the tech for the hybrid beard? You know, like tonight I
Straw Hat and Stage.
Tonight I tried Nika Robbins on the list, and I don't think that's the answer. And my dog won't stop barking.
We love you, Blue.
Will you calm down?
We love you, Blue. And Evan Fro here.
So I've actually been playing Sanji recently.
You playing Sanji?
Yeah.
Hey, my friend Giancarlo's playing that too.
Yeah, nice.
It's been fun.
Just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess now that I got the Nats invite, I'm not super
You can rest easy.
Yeah, I can kind of chill out. I'm obviously gonna try a lot in.
Because you still want your Luffy.
Yeah, I want to try in Arlington, but I'm not as concerned with. I always need to be showing up with whatever I think I'm gonna be playing with.
You're not gonna troll
at this tournament. I've been having a lot of fun with Sanji recently. He does really well against Green actually. I haven't dropped a single game against.
What's your worst matchup?
Whitebeard.
Okay.
White.
Yeah, because it's really good at swinging 5. Turn 3, I can swing 5 3 times, easily. Or turn 2, sorry. Turn 2, I can swing 5 3 times.
Have you played against Zoro leader with the Whitebeard in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does perfectly fine.
Okay.
Beats that, beats Kinemon, beats Rogue. It has a really tough time against Whitebeard just because hitting that 6 is not the most consistent thing.
You should do a deck profile.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
People would like to see a Sanji.
You want to get a template on how to play it? Yeah, it'd be good. Yeah, definitely a fun deck to play on the sim, probably. Yeah.
What about you? What do you wish you were playing? You don't.
I
play
wish
much, but...
I'll be playing something on Saturday, hopefully. But no, I got my judge packs. It's on my video on YouTube. I got some more Kikus on Yamato, so I'm looking forward to playing all 4 Yamato, all 4 Kiku, 4 Cat Viper, Box Stopper. So I'm ready to play full Wano green. So yeah.
Nice.
I'm still on the fence if I want to do 3 or 4 Odin, but it's about this small variant and whatever.
I think 4.
4? Yeah, because I want to play at Toki's, and I've seen how devastating Toki is.
Yeah. It's just kind of if you see Odin, Kinemon just feels like the best deck.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. It's so much pressure.
Nothing's as good as play Odin. Yeah. Next turn, drop 3 chump blockers, and you just win.
Yes. Exactly.
I mean, you agree, Blue?
Blue hates it too.
Blue is an expert on the meta, by the way. So
she's a huge Kinemon fan, obviously.
Yeah.
That's why we don't get along.
Yeah.
Whitebeard.
Duke Dogstorm.
Dogstorm. That card's so.
Inuarashi. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which one? The first one's okay.
You think so?
The second one is the weird one. The werewolf.
Where you have if all your Dom have been.
Can I be KO'd or something?
Yeah.
That one's.
Yeah.
So, what? Any new decks you've seen around in locals lately?
Nope.
No.
Just
a lot of
Whitebeard.
Guess that the flavor of the week month ish.
Yeah. Seeing that popping up a lot in Orlando.
Do you think we're gonna have a lot of that in Texas?
I do.
Yeah, we're gonna see a lot.
I think
of
you're gonna see more boat beer too.
Mm-hmm.
Because Tyler Green.
Yeah.
To win, Tyler Green.
Yeah.
He did really well with Boat Beard. I think that's going to start another trend up again.
And he played the blocker too, so.
And obviously Hybrid Beard. It's going to be a lot of Whitebeard still, I think.
But you know what's curious? I did see later. I think it was the Canada regional. I did see that the majority of tops were Sora.
Yeah, but
so
you know
that's a big
what?
difference.
I think Canada has a more traditional meta. You know what we saw in Japan was that Zora was the S tier deck.
Every continent has been different.
We were told before this format that Zora was the deck.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
They won this podcast. Zora was the deck.
And in America, it has not been.
Yeah.
No. It's there.
So, it's there.
So
no,
speaking of different countries.
But I don't think it's won a regional yet in America.
No.
I don't think so.
No. It's only... No, Zora did win Canada
and then
at one point.
Even in
I said America. That's North America.
In top cuts too, it's not even a lot of Zoras. It's usually one Zoro makes it through.
At least
maybe
one
2.
every now and then. It's always a big majority of representation as the entries.
Yeah.
And then top cut is it's a numbers game. But we did say how in one country a deck plays differently and does different in another. So on my YouTube reel that I posted, I did ask what do people think is going to be the dominant deck of OPO3, and it got me thinking, is it still going to be Whitebeard, or are we going to see Black gain a resurgence and be a top deck with Lucci or Katakuri, who seems to be like the popular yellow leader? Because we also have the black and yellow Big Mom and the yellow one, but I don't think that's being played as much.
Do you want my answer to that?
At least in Japan, we already know what's being played. People play Ace, Whitebeard, all that stuff. But what about here, where we think differently?
I personally think when we finally get the starter deck Yamato leader, for me personally, that's what I will be playing.
Is that going to be set 3 format?
It will be at some point.
Slightly mid set 3 format.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's gonna be like a starter like 5 kind of situation.
Before that, I think it's Katakuri, and then once Yamato starter deck comes out, I think Yamato's the predominant yellow. I really do.
Yeah, because we're having
being a 6K leader during your opponent's turns just too good.
Yeah.
Because we are getting stage banned immediately on set 3, so
I love being 6K.
Weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely think we're going to see like a big resurgence of like yellow. Well, not resurgence, but we're going to see a lot of yellow coming in the fray. People just want to try a new deck. And then we're going to see a lot of CP9, Lushi, a really good black leader, does strong things.
Yeah, he's really
good. Restand, right?
Yeah,
he restands on opponent's KOs, yeah.
And then I think at one point we're going to see those are going to be what's getting played for a while, and then we're going to see a resurgence of red in the format.
Red?
Yeah. It always comes back to red, doesn't it?
I mean, it's the poster child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always red and green, I
Luffy,
think. Maybe
Zoro,
that's just the
Whitebeard,
Orlando
Ace.
player in me.
Yeah.
Because here in Orlando, it's always red and green.
Yeah, well, those are just been set 1, set 2. Those are the 2 best colors.
I mean, we'll be talking to someone later.
green was pretty good in set 1.
We'll be talking to someone later who plays Kid still. And
he
is,
still
like,
believes.
our Kid player here in the area that like does really well with Kid.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's still a predominant deck here in Orlando.
Oh, speaking of Kid, actually, on our case tournament in Jacksonville for cool stuff, Kid won the tournament. Went undefeated in Swiss. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, he went undefeated in
I thought
Swiss.
Ricky did with Zoro.
No, Ricky, that was funny. We'll go over that another time, no. Yeah, he you know how we have the undefeated rule has, you know.
Yes.
Yeah,
Instant
so
tournament.
he was the down pair, so he conceded in order to speed things up, which was hilarious. But Kid ended up being undefeated, so his deck list looked pretty good. I think his name was Clark or something, but no, he did great.
But with Kid.
Yeah, he also
So
topped
see,
at a Gamers on that 1K tournament too.
Okay.
I think you played him, on top 4 or 8 or something.
Ooh,
Yeah.
we're giving out hints for who we're talking to.
Oh no, sorry.
I love it.
It's okay.
I'm all about the hints, bro.
Yeah, big tease. It's okay.
But yeah, no, I think Orlando's meta is weird too. I think every place has a totally different meta.
Yeah.
Here specifically, so much smoker,
Yeah. A lot of
so much green. Like you have a lot of people that are still about the Kid. And then, I mean, you even still have your Luffy players and.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, like we have a pretty diverse meta.
Yeah.
I think
My point though is you have your set 1 people that played Law that are still playing Law.
Yeah.
You have your set 1 people that were playing Kid that are still playing Kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have, and these players were super good at those decks in set 1, and they're still doing super well in set 2.
I think it's a lot of players that just kind of like, all right, I know this is the best deck, and I'm sure like yes, I could show up to tournament and play this best deck and do well, but you know,
they want to play that leader.
I want to play something new. I want to
Yeah.
like develop the format my way. I don't want to just kind of be like show up every week with the same deck and be like,
It's 3-4 months of
Play
playing.
Whitebeard.
So,
Okay,
yeah.
to that same point, would you have shown up to Peoria with Strawbeard? Best deck in the format you said at the point.
Strawbeard?
Strawbeard, not what I had and what you
Not
played.
the stage.
Me, no.
But what was cool about it was different.
Yeah, that the
Yeah,
only
that's
reason,
what I'm asking.
the only reason why I showed up with your list was because I knew that was something that I was going to top with.
It was different.
Yeah.
We didn't figure out that list by then, I would have showed up with Kinemon.
I mean, that deck was testing the
Kinemon.
crap out of.
Yeah,
You know what I
100%.
mean?
Yeah.
I think Kinemon is just like the deck that I resonate most with the format, honestly, right now.
No, it's a great place.
You're a green player.
Yeah, I'm a green player.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird next set because green isn't.
That's sad.
It's in a weird position.
I'm so sad about
But I've been
that.
reading a lot of the green cards, and then they still seem pretty interesting.
They're cool. These blue's nice.
Speaking of green, we just got some OPO4 green announcements.
Some
yeah.
cracked
Yo.
You want to talk about that a little, Diego? Then we'll bring in our guests.
Sure. Okay, yeah. I'll switch up after that. So, in set 4, Kingdoms of Intrigue or Conspiracies, it's very themed on Alabasta and Dressrosa because it's like kingdoms and stuff. And it's a set specifically focused on dual color leaders. So we're gonna have, instead of 8, we're gonna have 6. And it's gonna be Vivi, Rebecca, Doflamingo again, Iso, which is Fujitora, and then we got Crocodile, and then who was the last one here? Who was the last one? Who was 6?
Did you get the queen?
Oh yeah, of course, that's why Queen. Yeah, it's a blue purple queen. So yeah, that's
No, it's not. It's blue yellow.
Blue yellow. Oh shoot, my bad. Thank you for fixing that. Yeah, no. So that's really cool because it brings back support to cards that couldn't be used before. So like now,
Blue Purple Kaido.
Exactly. Yeah, it brings it back. There's a few cards for that. New Black Maria, new Sasaki, new Queen. So it brings more use to those cards that were not as useful for the dual colors. Now they're gonna be more played. And then of course we have cards specifically to the VB, like Kosa that was revealed, or the fairy guy, the Tontada from for Rebecca. Mm-hmm. But most importantly, I think the most hyped up leader has been Iso. So he's a Dawn X1, and when he's Dawn X1, he lowers by 1 cost all your opponent's characters.
Yeah, during your turn.
So that's a nice effect. And then, which makes it like all the requirements for like wrestling of green or KOing for black really effective. And then at the end of turn, he can restand a 5 or lower card.
For 1 Dawn, right?
For 1 Dawn, yeah.
For one,
yeah, tap
one
1.
Dawn, tap 1.
And his first ability costs 1 Dawn too.
And that's amazing because
It's
that's like
not 1 Dawn, it's Dawn times 1, right?
Dawn times 1.
So you have to attach Dawn to him.
Yeah,
what I mean.
So
attaching
for a
1 to your
2
leader.
Dawn,
Yeah,
that's
that's
amazing. Yeah.
But I'm just saying, you're spending 2 Dawn to use both abilities.
Yeah, so you get...
Yeah, I know, but
committing 2 Dawn.
it's not a requirement for the Dawn for the second one, though. So you can still, like, oh, well, I don't really need to minus cost this turn, so I don't need to attach the Dawn.
Right.
Or maybe I
That's
don't...
true.
Right, yeah, you don't have to have it all. Especially if you don't have a
But
play.
the end of turn restand, you're going to use
The end of turn restand is amazing.
Yeah.
It's insane.
But it's like, you Dawn X1, you're going to be 6k, so that's still always, you know...
That's
useful.
really cool because you can restand blocker law
Yeah,
too.
exactly. And we have new cards that are green that benefit from that, like Diamante or Treble. So
Well, could you even... Does it make sense now even more to play like restand law? Like, do you 6 swing with blocker, restand law, and then restand at end of turn?
Or you can even do it with like the film Barto and the Luffy also.
Yeah, you can do
Yeah,
that.
it's a lot of places.
Well, no, it's a 5 or less.
Right.
No, so what people are saying you can
the
do
combo.
is that you can go, like, swing with Luffy, and then you can rest Barto, and then you could set the Barto to active.
Yes.
So you keep...
To redo...
Yes, go
It's
ahead.
end of turn
It's
effect.
all end of turn.
so they're
you
both
choose.
end of turn. So what you do is that you can swing the Luffy, swing for 7.
Yeah.
Then you can rest the Barto to
Yeah.
stand the Luffy, and then you use Fujitora to set the Bartos active.
Yeah,
So
so Judge
they
Stain...
can't ever swing into the Barto.
Yes. Or
At the end of turn,
or
you
if
pick
you
the
have
effects.
like another 5 cost on board, you can swing with the
Yeah.
Luffy, set the Luffy to active, set your other 5 costs
Yeah.
to active. What you can't do, which I've been seeing a lot of posts online though, to be careful, you can't use Barto to set the Luffy to active, and then you can't set Barto to active again, and then use Barto's effect 2 times.
No, it's the
No,
one thing.
because
yeah.
Barto triggers on end of turn.
Yeah.
It does not trigger. It's not like a floating effect that activates whenever during the end
Yeah.
phase. It triggers on the entering of end phase.
End phase.
A
Such
lot,
a
of
Yu-Gi-Oh
a
player.
lot of the comments here are all the hype about that card.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that card's
Isho.
amazing.
Yeah, because we just talked. I don't know if it was podcast or hanging out or something. We were saying, black and green is gonna be insane.
Yeah,
gonna
it's
get
super
the,
good.
Yasakami, the black event card that makes you unkillable.
And
right?
don't they get the purple croc? What's that purple croc?
The purple crocodile. Oh, that is gonna be a purple card, but it's like kind of yellow in life stuff.
Because
Oh, it's yellow and thematic. I mean.
yeah, the crocodile is yellow purple, so it's a purple card.
Yeah.
But its design is played in the yellow purple
Yo,
crocodile.
that on play is really good. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best cards are the characters sitting down on a throne. Mihawk,
Yeah.
Doflamingo.
Blue really likes this card.
Yeah, she does.
Blue's a big fan.
Yeah, it's okay. I love animals.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Don't need me. Please don't
His
need me.
background's a dog, by the way.
Also a dog, my dog Lucy. What's up? All right, so so speaking of step 4, you said you had someone that
expert.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Hey, maybe
How do you
for
feel about
set 4,
kid in the format right now, Blue?
actually Loki. I've been
Oh,
saying this
Blue's
a
a
lot.
big fan of this guy.
Yeah.
That too.
As am I.
Yeah.
So okay, so let's bring on the special guest that we have here, our kid believer. I'm gonna swap out here, so check me out.
We got Butters here.
What's up?
Our local green player, I'll say. And you've tried all things green, I feel like.
Yeah.
And you're really excited about this green leader.
No, the green black leader?
Yeah.
Snapped. I love it so much. It's going to be such a tax deck with one step 4. Step 3, I'm not too excited for East Blue and stuff like that. I'm excited for actually, I don't like playing red, but Ace. I come from Dragon Ball where there's an offensive counter step is like so important to the game. Ace actually gets that, so it's something that intrigues me a little bit.
Turns every card into combo too.
Yeah, dude. It's like, oh, they're tapped out. Probably have a ton of events. So, well, yeah, dude. These are all 1Ks, man. Who cares? But green black with 10 drop Dofi to stun the opponent's board. The 8 drop that comes out this set 3 that makes your opponent discard 2 if they have 6 or more cards in hand. I think that card's one of the best cards in the game once it comes out. It's gonna be such a tax deck. You can just shove face. They take all their cards, punish. Immediately.
As a kid player, is there anything exciting next set, or is it just cross fingers and wait for OP04?
I honestly didn't see anything for set 3 that I really like for
you're
kid.
Excited about?
We'll see if I see some cards. Like you always sleep on cards like it's whatever. Then you put in your deck like it's actually not that bad.
Yeah, Dawn Creek is pretty good.
Oh, so yes, Dawn Creek, which just better extra.
Is that a 6 drop?
Yeah, 5? It is a 6.
It's a 6/7.
6/7.
On play, you can discard a card from your hand to pop 2 rested 4 costs or less.
So it's like mini demon face.
And then if you attach a Dawn to him, you get security attack +1.
Is it rested?
Yeah, rested 4 costs.
Okay, so mini demon face. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
And then Dawn 1, he's a 6/6. His numbers aren't great. He's a 6/6, but he does kill 2 things, and then he gains double attack if you have a Dawn attack.
And then you have the like his support card, which is a 4/5, I believe. On play, rest 2 4 costs.
It's the guy eating the risotto, literally.
Oh yeah, you're right. That is a card.
What that picture is. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I know what card. I was like, I have no idea what these guys are talking about now. And then I literally the picture of eating came to my head. I know nothing about One Piece at all. I'm really horrible at knowing stuff.
Butters here, never seen one.
Never seen a single episode.
Just good at card games.
I come from Dragon Ball, and I only watched like the 90s and like early 2000s Dragon Ball Z. I never watched Super, and I played Dragon Ball Super for 5 years.
I think COVID happened, and I watched all this stuff. So.
That's fair. Yeah, COVID. I think COVID put a lot of people onto anime.
Yeah.
This is why I like One Piece a lot. It's one of the only card games like post-COVID that are like doing so many in real life. Because I'm from Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball's like almost primarily online now.
Yeah.
It's like
didn't that just come out too, or is it just about to come out?
What?
Like the official like Dragon Ball DBS online.
Oh yeah, they had a beta for the client. They had a beta for the client, which it looked really cool. I didn't get in. I didn't get in.
I saw the trailer for it.
But the trailers are always hyping Dragon Ball. They do some like crazy like big voice trailers. But I always told myself, because I played only green inside of Dragon Ball, and I was like, I'll just play whatever's good in One Piece.
Yeah.
Picked up a green deck as my first one. Don't want to play something else. Yeah, I picked up Kid, man. I love Kid.
That brings us to what we're going to talk about. Kid in the format now. Your thoughts? You still play it?
I still play it. In theory, obviously. Like, it's like, okay, it's a deck that goes decent into Whitebeard, and then has a really good advantage versus Kinemon in Green Mirrors. And like in theory, those are 2 of the most popular decks in the format. It should do well.
Yeah.
Whitebeard is just one of those decks that if like they go first, which you don't mind going second either, because you I play Navy X-Drake, which I think is one of the best cards in set 4 as well.
And you and I have jammed that matchup so many times.
Oh my gosh, a million.
I mean, there was literally one night where I played a list that was 2 cards different from what I did in regionals, and you 3-0'd me.
Something like that.
And I was like desperate. I was so sad.
And then the next day you changed 2 cards, and then I lost like 5 games straight.
Yeah.
It just,
we jammed that matchup so many times.
I do think it's 50-50, but I actually think as long as you curve decently, it just depends on how good Whitebeard curves.
Yeah.
It's so hard to beat Whitebeard when they just say like go first and they like play a Vista and kill a blocker and then go 5-drop Luffy into 7-drop Ace into Whitebeard into 7-drop Ace or Ace again. Yeah. It's so rough because that's Green's thing. Is it has to deal with cards a turn after they're played. It's almost impossible to kill something after they play it.
And minimizing the laws, I feel like, are huge too.
Yes.
Like with the Ace, making the laws
a 3K. It's like I can't do chumps. And I can't like save myself.
You don't get the free
counter.
block.
Yeah.
You never get the free block, and I think that's so huge for Green because you're all about kind of outvaluing your opponent.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
And then being able to end the game on your value and swinging 12 twice.
12 twice is...
And then whatever you have on board.
Why I like the leader. My biggest gripe was Kinemon when I said it. It feels like a vanilla leader once you get past a certain point. Yeah. Kid's almost the same thing, but I feel like the threat of Kid, his effect, the threat of Kid's effect is almost better than its actual effect.
Yeah,
of actually doing it.
A lot of times with Kid too, you reach a certain set of the game where you just like look at game state and you're like, Oh, I guess I just win.
Yeah.
Like, it goes back to, like, Kaido. It's one of those things, like, you put your opponent 1 life, they can no longer play their boss monsters. Like, back in set 1, it was, I put Kaido to 1, okay, I can't get board wiped, because he'll just 12 of them, he'll lose.
Yeah.
So, like, it's like you put, like, and then now now Kaido, Smoker's almost the new Kaido of, put him to 1, he can't Kuzan.
Yeah.
But granted,
Whitebeard's the only scary thing.
Whitebeard's crazy.
It's like, you don't know what they have.
Okay, they're at 0 life, they have 1
you're
card.
like, I'll put them to 1, and they're like, okay, cool, Whitebeard's like, fuck.
Damn it. There's so many times where I'm like, okay, I have an X-Drake block on board and like a 5-drop Law. I can go for some big numbers next turn. Whitebeard. I can no longer go for some big numbers next turn. But I do think kids position decently. It's just Green's biggest gripe is nothing does anything the turn you play it.
Yeah.
That's his biggest thing.
It is
It's best cards get value the turn after you play them.
Yeah.
Basil Hawkins, 8-drop kid, 7-drop kid, Odin.
Even X-Drake Navy.
Extract Navy. By the way, I love that card so much. That's also why I can't play this. I can't wait to play the set 4 deck. Because you're gonna Dom 1 your leader always, and then he'll make it a 7K when you have Extract attached. He buffs navies and so he'll buff your Sakazukis, your Kuzans, your Borsalinos.
And your leader's Navy.
Yeah, so your leader's a Navy. So you Don 1 to do your effective minus everything 1, and you're swinging for 7. It's really good.
I tell you what, I bet
and you get to restand it and protect it.
I bet you those super pre-release Navy cards are gonna go up.
Maybe.
That extra.
Shout out to Brandon.
It depends on how like decks play around them.
Yeah.
Because if like you see a bunch of topping decks are playing them, then they'll go up. But if only like a few of the players are playing it,
From what I've seen, I honestly don't know if I'll even run. I think I'll maybe run like 2 Sakazukis in that deck.
I don't know that it's needed even.
I think the reduce effect cost. I play all the reduce cards in my opinion, and then you abuse 5-drop Law with 3-drop Drake or 3-drop Killer. I think 3-drop Killers are one of the workhorses in that deck.
I'm still a big fan of X-Drake.
Yeah, I'm saying X-Drake too, because X-Drake will kill Fiberlesses.
Yeah.
Will kill Luffy's.
Yeah.
So like X-Drake will kill Fiberlesses.
It's such a good body on the board.
And then Kuzan's just a good cycle card to draw.
Yeah.
And then like you swing with a -4 to something, you can kill a 7-drop with a 3-drop Drake, like a 3-drop Killer. Crazy.
Or even say 8 Kid makes a resurgence. You can pop that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can find ways. You know
I'd
what I
say
mean?
your Garp back to active after you rest it.
Yep. That's the big one. People are saying like
Garp. That's interesting.
your Bonnies or Momos, if you're playing like a bunch of Wanos or a bunch of Supernovas, you reset them to active, they can't attack it. So like those are big Rizos. If you play Rizos, you swing, draw, restand, can't kill Rizo. So like
deck's so cracked.
There's a lot of insane value you can do of swinging with these weenies.
You know what I like about that though too is like depending on the player, you can create different lines.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know, like I can play to my playstyle, you can play to yours, you can play to yours. You know, that's super interesting. I don't mind when a deck like that rolls the meta, where you can play it 3 different ways. Yeah. It's why I hated this meta of set 2 so much at first when it was just Strawbeard. Like at least now we're getting 3 different variations of beard at least.
Yeah.
There's boat beard, there's straw beard, there's both. Like at least there's 3 different versions.
There's like
2. I hate it when it's locked into one.
Yeah.
Like when I thought Kinemon was the deck when it won the first online regionals both days or whatever it did, I was like, damn it, here we go.
Yeah.
It's Kid all over again. Because in OPO1 in America, Kid was the best deck. It was without question. I just don't like being locked into one thing, in one exact way.
Yeah, that's
so as long as we have variety and different lines, I'm cool with that. I think that's super cool.
And even for we're only in set 2, so it's a decent amount of variety for only having 2 sets.
That's true.
It's pretty rough to be super like nothing's like it's like everyone's this is like we have Garrett Beard, but it's like it's so hard to even change from another deck. So when you find a unique deck that like you're like, I like this, I run this and this. Yeah. It's almost just ratios at that point, but it's hard to get variety, but at least we have some.
Yeah, I mean, and then to that point too, like you're still playing a set 1 leader.
Yeah.
Dofi's done extremely well. Still set
Dofi's
1
fun.
leader.
Law is one of the I think the most fun deck in the game.
And maybe the best deck. I don't even think that's a crazy argument.
Yeah.
Because it can do so many things.
Dude, yeah, especially if you're facing a 5K leader, like a fair leader, you know?
Yeah, a fair leader.
You're just chumping 5s with Zoros, and
like
it's restand Laws, and unblockable Luffy's. Unblockable Luffy for 2 energy is nuts.
Yeah.
But...
Because they can have 4 down up and still swing through blocker.
Yep.
That's what's crazy, and you got to remember that as a player going.
I'll swing for 8.
Law.
I don't have a card, and I'm swinging 8 with a 4 cost. Like
into free. I mean, no, you can't block it.
Yep. So, but
also,
I think
what is it? Something interesting about your list is that I don't know if you've changed it recently, but don't you not play a single set 2 card?
I put in carrots just because I mean technically if you want to be efficient, technically you can play Beppo as the most proficient 2K because when he attacks you can play out your Sachi blocker from your hand.
Right.
I think I just value playing the carrot at turn 5. I think technically the best one is Chopper because he helps your Zora match up. I don't run
because he can rest the 2 or less.
I don't run Nekamamushi, but the thing is, I feel like every single time I jam down a Chopper, I get Visted immediately. So I'm running carrot. Carrot gets extra effects. You untap Dawn. At least she's a 5k number. I don't have to do any Dawn charge.
2 Dawn?
1 Dawn.
For carrot, nothing. Carrot's end of
No, what
effect.
is she rescan?
1 Dawn. 1 Dawn. Yeah, 1 Dawn. If it was 2, I actually love that card a lot.
I was gonna say your punks.
Yeah, punks too.
You could tap out and get punk.
Yeah.
That's still cool though because you can tap out, leave 1, and then still have 2 for your punk.
I do miss Okiku. Don't get me wrong. It's just the non-counterable card part of Okiku.
You don't run the Wano package.
I don't run any Wanos. I only run Wano. I run as Izo just because she's the best 2K in green. So I run Izo and then I run I put Ryzos back in the deck because I feel like I missed like some draw power
but
behind.
You just hard play that. Like you don't Momo for it. You don't.
Yeah, I hard play. I don't search it at all. But it's really just a target off a law. I'll do like a Bonnie, find a different card, find the law, and then play law, bounce Bonnie, play Ryzo, and it's a good setup turn. It's just plus he's a pseudo blocker.
I mean, we played tonight. You drew like 4 cards off of it at locals.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I mean,
if it sits on board,
really
it's
close.
so great.
And I couldn't swing into it.
I had a drop kid. Can't swing into it.
I had a drop.
Yeah.
Well, before that,
Yeah.
I had to attack your X Drakes. Your Navy X Drake.
Yeah. My Navy X Drake is so good.
I couldn't let you +1 on your whole board.
Oh, dude. It's so nice to be able to swing without attaching Dawn and actually pressure the leader.
you got Ryzo value for free for turns. I mean, that's so good.
It's one of those things. He's going to be like, sometimes, like if I have X Drake and Ryzo on board, it's like, well, X Drake's obviously more value in terms of like what I take cards out of your hand with X Drake, but I take cards back to my hand with.
Yeah.
Well,
so I'm interested because Evan played Kinemon heavily.
Yeah.
In the beginning of the format. What do you like more about Kid over Kinemon specifically?
So I feel like Kinemon's effect is you have to have a good opener in Kinemon, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. But in Kid, you can still win a game with a bad hand. But if Kinemon, like, you don't see your Okiku or your Ryzo on turn 1, and then you're just, like, playing a Yamato and not tapping anything, and then you miss your Odin curve, I feel like the deck's horrible.
I mean, I agree with that. I feel like Kinemon's character reliant, and Kid is leader reliant.
Yeah, I feel...
And the leader never goes away.
Yeah, I feel like the top... So, Kinemon at its worst is way worse than what Kid's worst is, but Kinemon at its best is above Kid at what he can do best. Because you just slam an 8-drop Odin going for... Like, say they make you go first, and you just hit that on 7.
Yeah.
It's like, good luck, dude. I'm just swinging for 9 twice, and then I still have almost the rest of my turn.
Yep.
I have another 5 or 6 Dawn to do. I'll play a Law, bounce my Momo, or play Kinemon, tap your thing, punch your things.
And they can play that blocker with 1k counter, too.
Yep.
Toki.
Yeah, Toki. Yeah, play Toki's, just chumps. Like you said earlier, just like, okay, Odin. Oh, man, that's really good. Pressure. Odin lives.
All
Three blockers.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So
and then if you do kill it, here comes Okiku.
Yeah, you know I mean? I cast an 8 for Okiku, I guess. Yeah, it does feel bad. It's like, okay, I was able to kill it.
Yeah.
But there is an Okiku coming down, or a Ryzo, or like even like a tapper to tap my blocker or
like,
something like that.
I know as a Whitebeard player, like I'll have to swing into an Odin.
Yeah.
Because I know they win game if they double swing sometimes. Yeah. And then that Okiku comes out, and I'm like, this Marco is just sitting there. Dude.
That's the reason I miss. That's so much why I miss Okiku is because of Marco and Borsalino.
Yeah, those 2 cards.
I loved Paradise Tortsuka to like tap a 4 or less. It felt so good.
I love that card.
But dude, I do miss Okiku for that reason. It's just she felt so bad when you see her late game.
Yeah,
she is like such a bad card to draw in the end.
She's no counter.
No counter. Her on play effect does nothing. Maybe in a world where like I have 8-drop Kid on board, I'm like, I'll rest it and play it and then do some other value play to set up. But at the end of the game, she's just so bad. If you don't play her like on your 3 Dawn or like off a Law on your 5, she just feels horrible.
And that's what I actually still like about your Kid list is it's not reliant on 8 Kid, but when you see 8 Kid, it feels really good.
Yeah, it's built to go. It was built to go second. I think I want to go first now because I'm up to 3 Basil Hawkins.
Yeah.
Basil Hawkins, I think, is actually the best card into Whitebeard, just because you can swing into board proficiently without having to like waste your turn.
Also, I like it when you drop the X Drake and you still have 1 up to Bonnie.
Yeah.
So like even when going first there, you can play the X Drake and still get your Bonnie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
But searchers, I do miss Momo just for Whitebeard, just so it's an easy punch. They have to punch into it. But.
I feel like a lot of times, your turn 1's Bonnie. Mm-hmm. You obviously can't use ability then. And then next turn you Bonnie and you grab another Bonnie and you play Bonnie. So I can only take out
and like
one.
If you didn't Nami on 1,
Correct.
Every time I play Whitebeard and they don't Nami on turn 1, I'm like, the game's going great. This is in my favor already. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, they're getting a lot of value, but just knowing I don't have to like pitch a 2K for my
Right.
hand or like play a chump blocker. They have to punch my Bonnie with leader.
Because if you can keep that Bonnie and then play the extra next turn and get another search off,
Yeah.
feels so good for Kid.
Yeah, man, I'm at 4 life with like 7 cards in hand, 2 board. You're not gonna punch my attacks. It's just, man, but once that board goes wide and that ace comes down, Ace is
so good.
genuinely, I think, better than 9-drop Whitebeard.
I think
inside
so.
of Whitebeard, obviously.
I've talked about this, but yeah. So you were telling me about a thing they do in Dragon Ball that Andrew Duvall mentioned as well.
Yeah, so we were in Peoria and we were just talking about cards. We asked what he was playing. He said Whitebeard because it's the best deck. And we were talking about the 9-drop and just talking about how it's just so crazy when you're able to play one. Like when they play one, it's like, okay, it's a stun turn, we're good. Next turn after that, we'll do a setup turn and then we'll go from there. And then they just slam a second one. It's like, how do I win?
Yeah.
Because you got 2 10-drops on board. They can kill your chump blockers. If they can't kill chump, they'll play ace and then kill your big blockers and stuff like that. So in Dragon Ball, there's a keyword skill called unique, which means you can only have one in play at a time.
Yeah.
If there's one in play, the ones in your hand, you're not allowed to cast. You just can't do it. So I think that would be like a perfect errata. Because playing the first Whitebeard, I mean, yeah, it's point of the deck. They're like, oh, they go life. They get a stall turn of not taking life,
Right.
and they're big leader. It's part of the deck. But when they slam the second one, they're just building board and not dying. It's just so rough to even try to get through that deck. And then they hold 2 open, 2 Radical Beams. A Radical Beam puts them to 12. I swing for 12 with all my Dawn.
And
So,
the
like,
unique thing where I think it even becomes a bigger deal is in the other red decks.
yeah.
Like that card was designed for Whitebeard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
of course.
taking your own life. That's why the card exists, right? But when you play in a Zoro,
Dude.
and you just make your Zoro a 7K leader and you're at 3 life, and then
Yeah.
you just slap down another one next turn and you're 7K again.
Because your opponent has to commit. Obviously, for Zoro, you got to commit to their board so
Correct.
fast. And then once you break that board for like the second time,
And they
but then they
slap
just
down
slam
Whitebeards?
Whitebeard, man.
Yeah.
It's so rough.
I think that's even where the unique needs it more, is in these other red
I'd agree.
leaders. You
I'd
know what I
agree.
mean? Because oftentimes in Whitebeard, hell, you don't even get to the opportunity to play down 2. You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
You're only on like 2. It's not even like a proficient
Oh,
card.
I mean, for me, yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's a 2 of now.
Ace, man. Ace is a hate card. I think it's balanced. It's a balance because it's only for Whitebeard, essentially.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like, if someone plays Ace in a different deck, I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Whatever. You're
But-
just getting the -3 twice thing.
Yeah.
But which is insane.
Yeah, it's an amazing ability. But when you get 7 Dawn for -3/2 things, that's fair. But when it gets Rush and it's a 9K, don't
Without-
enjoy it, man.
yeah.
I do not enjoy it.
Yeah, I think
But-
that card's just so good. I think that's the card that like goes into green so well too.
Yeah.
Because you drop 8. Like I always try to save.
It's a
an
board
8
wipe
for
on
your
legs.
for your 8 drop too.
Yeah, man.
Like I always try to save an ace for
Yeah.
that.
It's like I can survive a turn, unless he aces.
Yeah.
Then this is horrible.
Yeah.
But I think I'm all for like when it comes to erratas and stuff. I'm all for like hitting the deck, not the card. I'd rather see a deck go away forever than ruin a card. Like people were saying, oh, errata Radical Beam to Straw Hats.
This guy right
Yeah,
here.
I was like, I don't like that because then you make every other non-Straw Hat red leader generically technically worse because they don't have the option of running Radical Beam.
Correct, but I think Radical Beam is such like a oppressive card.
I think so too. Don't get me wrong.
Like because it's not. They have guard point. Just play guard point.
Because
Like, they have the 1 drop counter. Every leader, like I think, like in card design, like you, and for the most part, they've been doing this where they create a defensive event card that's designed to be played with that leader.
But
And
Blast Breath can be played in any purple deck from now on to here eternity.
it's not the same.
It's 4K 1 Dawn.
I understand that, but it's
Every turn. Whenever I want.
It's still -1 Dawn, which I
Big
know
one.
it's not the biggest thing in
Yeah.
the world, but that's only not a big thing in Kaido. The other decks, it hurts when you still minus that 1 Dawn. The other point is that you have to evaluate what color is getting access to this. So the fact that purple can use it is not the same thing as the fact that red can use it, because red is supposed to be a glass cannon deck. So when the deck that is supposed to be the most aggressive glass cannon deck has access to some of the best defensive options in the game, that's when you get problems. Kaido purple
I'll give
is
him that.
a very strong
right.
defensive based deck, so it makes sense that they have strong defensive options. Kaido is a very like, oh, I'm gonna play all these large mid
I have to get to my
blockers.
end game.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach my end game.
Yeah.
You know? So when you're like, oh man, purple has this card. Well, yes, but it's not the same thing as me dropping down Whitebeard, giving my leader plus 2k, and then having a Radical up, and then have these 2ks in hand, versus, oh, well, if I play down my 9-drop this turn and then -5 Dawn, I can leave 1 up, but then I also still have to tap 1 in Blast Breath, and now I minus myself 6.
So I get what you're saying. My only thing is, Blast Breath can be used any time of the game.
Yeah, but if you use it
You
early
have to
game,
stipulate the condition to use Radical Beam.
But the thing is that if you use Blast Breath early, that hurts you because you're minusing your Dawn curve early in.
Yeah, I guess.
But when I first started, I was looking at cards. I was like, okay, let me find my 1 mana 4K. That card's good because I saw the red one. Wait, where's mine? I was looking through all the card lists. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
does green not have one? Did they don't have one?
No, green is
No.
Paradise
I was
Waterfall.
I was just feeling, it's probably really generic.
Give me
Everything's the
a
same.
Paradise Waterfall in red.
No thanks. You can have you can have Radical.
And then the stipulation to get the 2K is you have to be at 2 or less life. Man, only if I really want to defend once I'm at 2 or less life all of a sudden. Fuck, you know? No one's attaching...
That's my sweet spot in Kid, man.
Yeah,
it's 2 life. I love going to 2 life. Get that 8 card hand and 9 card hand. Like, all right, I'm at 2. 8 draw.
That's one thing I will say, and I will agree with Evan that Whitebeard has hurt this. But before Whitebeard, my favorite thing about One Piece, and I came from Pokemon, is how balanced the game felt. Like, the game feels super balanced. Like, you could play, in set 1, you could play Luffy and win.
Yeah.
Play Kid and win. You could play Kaido and win. Like,
Yeah.
Law and win.
There are definitely those decks that are upper echelon. Like you said,
100%.
Kid. Like you said,
100%.
Kid. Kid was by far.
Kid was the favorite, and they're
insane.
still favorites, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but you can
But
play...
you could be a good player and be like, I want to play Law this week, and win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like that. Like I said. So going back to tying back to what I like about One Piece over Dragon Ball is the simplicity and that wider range. Like Dragon Ball, respectfully, has been in the same format for over a year. Like,
Really?
Well, like the top 4 decks right now, I think have been out for over a year.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that's like the roughest part is like you're seeing the change, but nothing's changing. It's like how I feel about Kid in set 3. It's like Kid to me is a Kid will still be the best decks for green in terms of set 3. So you're seeing it's like imagine that for like 4 months, like 4 sets of just cards that don't fix your color.
Now I know a lot of people too. Speaking to what you're saying, even a lot of DBS players have come over to One Piece.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I remember when I was in Vegas, they had the Zenkai Cup at the same time as the Treasure Cup. If I would have entered the Zenkai Cup, I made top 32, and if I won one game, I made top 16 because there were 17 players.
Jeez, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Yeah, man. So
That's
it's just
crazy. I mean, that's crazy.
It's also
because it's still a Bandai game,
Yeah.
so you still get pretty good pricing.
that pricing for One Piece is definitely better. That's definitely something that's better than
Yes.
One Piece. By far, like the serial loop. They're doing better in Dragon Ball. They're
Yeah.
definitely making cards that are more directed towards collectors, which are great for players who don't
Value
want to
too
collect.
for the game.
Like, I don't care about collecting cards at
Yeah.
all. I will
I'm
sell
not
everything.
Yeah.
Like so.
I like to make my deck
Yeah.
as much rarity as I can.
Yeah, I'll max rarity my deck unless it's it's like playing if someone playing 4 manga aces in their deck.
Oh, I don't go that far.
I'm not doing that, dude. You're crazy. I packed my manga ace, sold it in like a week. I was like,
Yeah.
God, bye, goodbye, don't need it.
I'll go as far as all art namis. That's
Yeah,
as far
there
as
you
I'll
go.
go.
All our names. That's
Well,
fine.
But like treasure cup choppers, nah.
No
I'm
thanks,
good,
dude.
bro.
No thanks. But
Fern's after him.
Yeah, Fern is after them.
One last thing I wanted to bring up. We discussed super impactful cards like Whitebeard, and we also talked about cracked green set 4. And I think there's one thing that resonates with both things. 10-drop Dofi.
oh my God, dude, that card is so good.
Because do you think that's gonna be like the new Newgate? You just jam it down once and you jam it down again?
Yeah, I think that card is so impressive.
I think it can. I think it's definitely gonna be one of those things but you do go to 10 Dawn. Say if they only have like 1 card in rest mode, it's also one of those cards that can easily definitely just rot in your hand.
That's true.
I think it's definitely a card that can just sit in your hand forever and not do anything. But it's just the turns you do it, man. Oh my goodness.
The problem
You
is
get the full value of that card. So they only have 2 cards and leader. You stun that thing, and you're facing not a rush deck, and you're at 0 life. You're like, cool.
Yeah, it's one of those cards where it's like, because a lot of time when you drop a 10-drop, you're like, I'm not in a position where I can drop this, because if I drop this, I lose. You establishing that card is like, oh, I didn't lose the game because I played this 10-drop.
Correct. That's definitely the best part about it.
Which is the same thing with Whitebeard, where it's like, oh, I play this card because I'm not losing the game because I'm playing this card, not because it's going to put the game into an advantage point. It's going to just swing the game to a point where, oh, it's impossible for me to lose now.
And like Whitebeard, regardless of if you have that Dofi in hand or not, I have to play around it.
Yeah.
Like, do I
It's like
swing?
playing on the ace.
Yeah,
Playing
like,
on the
do I
Whitebeard.
swing with my anything but my leader? Maybe, do I leave my characters inactive and not swing when I know you're going?
Or
into
leave
10
1 knowing you're a 0 life or something like that.
Exactly.
Let me chill.
So you're gonna have to make you're gonna have to drop your own lines based on them having that 10 card in hand.
Yeah,
I think that's the interesting part.
I think Dofi and the green black, so both those leaders in set 4, are going to be one of the best decks to curve out on, especially just going second. Because of the 8-drop and the 10-drop, the 8-drop from set 3 where it makes you discard 2 cards, and then that's going to be very degenerate, I'm not even going to lie, someone's going to play it. Like, you push, and they go to they have their hand, and you slam this card that says discard 2 cards, and the next turn just say slam, stun your turn.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
Nuts. So, I'm excited for it, though. I think it'll be cool. Set 3, man, we'll see. I'll probably end up playing a little bit of Ace if I can pick up some red cards.
Yeah. I got you.
And then, thanks, yeah. Right. I'll regret it a little bit, but it's just I can't wait to do offensive combo stuff.
Yeah.
So that's gonna
I'm
be
super
Cool.
excited.
It's like,
as someone who didn't get to play DBS, except when, shout him out, my buddy Alan showed me how to play. He's a really good DBS player.
Alan beat me up for like 3 months straight. He was like the first good player I beat in that game.
He's super good.
Yeah. Blue Trunks, man. Yeah. Talk to him about it. Blue Trunks.
But as someone who got to like just play around with it, I'm super excited for Ace.
Oh, dude. Aces, I
mean,
think,
you guys have me saying combo now. Like, I don't even
I
say
know.
combo.
I catch myself doing it in
never
Dragon
even
Ball
played the
all time.
game and I say combo.
I always say when they swing like 5 to 5, I was like, I'll give you 5, and I'm like, I'll give you 1, because Dragon Ball it's 5Ks and 10Ks, not 1Ks and 2Ks. So, but in this game, in Dragon Ball, there's your 2Ks. There's this card called Super Combo. That's essentially just a 2K. When you 2K it, you draw. Yeah, but you can run 4 per deck. DBS has an insane. I have 12 cards in hand on turn 2.
Digimon had more draw too, because every time you Digivolve, you drew a card.
The reason why you need that for Digimon though is because you have to you playing a card is the same card because you stack them on top of each other. So you need that draw because I'm not establishing extra board power. I'm upgrading the same card.
Yeah, but I come from Pokemon where it's like draw 3, discard 1 every turn. You have a trainer card that does like draw up to 6 cards. You know,
yeah, but Pokemon does that shit too.
If you introduce more draw into One Piece though, but the thing about Dragon Ball draw so much, but you are allowed to offensively combo those cards from your hands. Because in One Piece you're restricted to the maximum you can attack for is that 10 Dawn on one of your cards. So defensive decks, if there's a lot of draw, defensive decks will take over. You'll never see aggro.
I think you bring me to my favorite point in One Piece. It is a resource management game.
100%.
That's all it is.
Which all card games are, but One Piece is just like super condensed down into like, play this card, kill your card. He is winning right now.
Yep.
It's like not like, okay, yeah, I'm less life, but I'm winning. It's just like, I'm at less life. We have the same amount of cards in hand. Here's 2 cards on board. I'm losing. This is how I'm losing the game right now.
Yep.
It's just condensed into this super compact ball of just tiny exchanges and just the chumping for 5/5/5s and then like play this card, get rid of your card. Oh man, what a swing. It's like me playing, I'm winning the game when I have X-Rake and like Basil Hawkins on board and they're in rest mode and you go ace, kill both. I'm like, I've lost. Like, it's just how it works, man. It's the value exchange in One Piece is really cool.
Yep. So, I mean, I totally agree with you. I just think that's what it comes down to in One Piece is how you manage your resources, whether it's hand, Don, characters on board. And I think that's where you get to show as a player, like, your own playstyle.
Yeah.
You know? What do I value more, you know? Like, I have a buddy who played this same exact Whitebeard list as me tonight. I don't think I've ever comboed but maybe one time before I got to 0 life before. He combos out every time. He played Whitebeard every game tonight. I played down maybe 1 or 2, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Same exact deck, card for card. Mm-hmm. It's just different people, different
playstyles,
man. You know?
It's fun, but...
Yeah. But, you know, I appreciate you coming on tonight.
Absolutely, man.
Appreciate you talking about some green stuff because we don't get to talk about green stuff much.
I'll talk about.
Green's awesome. Green's awesome.
The history of Dragon Ball, I've played all green. I played one deck that was not green for like 6 years.
And I know in OPO4 you're going to be playing green.
Green black. And green purple. I'm so excited for both those leaders. I'm excited for just the game.
Green plus removal. That just sounds so dumb. Sounds so dumb. All right, we're going to bring Diego back on to wrap this thing up. And we appreciate Butters for coming on. You'll see more of him probably when he goes and wins Arlington.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot to say that part. All right. With Kid, hopefully.
All right, come on, Diego. All right, Diego. We just had our friend Butters on.
Yeah, great conversation.
Great conversation.
Love green. No, looking forward to it in step 4 as well.
Yeah, you guys are 2 peas in a pod.
Yeah, I just like the play style a lot for that. So, but yeah, as we were talking about that for the next event, Arlington is gonna be Texas is gonna be on the 13th to 14th, and we have a big crew going, right? Huge group.
We have probably like 11 people from Central Florida that will be at that event.
Out of that one circle.
Even more. Yeah. Like, there's more Central Florida players.
Oh, yeah. I'm just talking about our group.
Yeah, so Florida's going to definitely represent in Texas. I'm not gonna be in it, but you guys are gonna be there. You're gonna do great. I believe in you guys.
Tell us where you'll be.
I'm gonna be doing the online treasure cups for PPG.
Yep.
Nice.
So I'll be at home.
Super cool that we have both going on at the same time. Treasure Cups and regionals.
And that's what people wanted. They wanted
Because
more events.
Also, too, but different players value different things. Me personally, it's all about a Nats invite. It's all about the status of a regionals. Other people want the cash that a Treasure Cup can give you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All that pricing is good.
The cash pricing at Treasure Cup's tough to beat.
Or even
The
just
Soros, the
opportunity to play.
Usops,
What'd you
the
say?
Just
Luffy.
the opportunity to play. Because, like,
Yeah.
you're lucky.
From your own home too.
Yeah.
Like we're fortunate enough to be able to travel to play
Yeah.
a hobby. I mean, at the
Some
end of the
can't
day,
travel at all, so
Yeah.
that's like it's a great opportunity. And a lot of people always said like, we have a problem with like getting to events. You know, we'll have more ease of getting in if there was multiple going on at the same time. And there you have it. Now we're gonna have an event happen simultaneously. So now people are split and they're gonna have to pick. So there's more room for people to play now. So that's gonna be a good change. And Arlington's gonna be one of the biggest, I think, if not the biggest to date at that time.
What's it? 10, 12, 10,
10,
24?
1,012
So many people,
players. Yeah, and it's already capped out, I believe. So that's gonna be huge. 10 rounds, I think, of Swiss or so.
Yo,
Yeah, 9, 10 rounds.
whoever
Yeah.
goes undefeated in Swiss there,
Yo,
that is
Chad.
some real bragging rights.
Yeah, that's de facto the winner of that event.
That is
Yeah.
something else.
So that's gonna be nice. But yeah, no, it's not happening for a few more weeks. So we still got some games to go, some locals to play.
Yeah, what is it? Two
So,
more weeks from here?
Yeah, some more cards to be revealed for set 4. So we know the leaders, but we have plenty of cards to be shown.
Yeah.
Maybe to start showing the starter deck 10 cards also, which is supposed to be a red-purple leader.
And I will personally do a reel within the following days of our giveaway winners.
Yeah.
So we will be
Finally
showing this
happening.
finally happening.
Hey, there we go.
You know, finally got around to it. We've been competing.
Yeah.
We've been playing a lot. You've been judging a lot. You know, we've been super busy.
It's been missing.
But we've had the giveaway going for a while now. We closed it down, and we are going to spin the wheel and give out our winners. So it's time for that, and
Yeah,
we
finally.
we also appreciate
Yeah.
all the new followers.
We
Holy
doubled
crap.
it. We're at 240-ish
Oh my
now.
gosh,
skyrocketed.
So
I
we
mean, it's
doubled
insane.
that.
We were trying to do our follower giveaway
100.
for 100 people.
Yeah,
and
now we're at
like
240.
240,
So we're getting there,
250.
yeah.
It's been insane.
Yeah.
We appreciate all the love, guys. We appreciate all the love on the Whitebeard video too. It's been crazy, and
Yeah.
we're looking
been
forward
fun.
to
Yeah.
looking forward to the next stuff. You know, like Arlington's gonna be super sick.
But if I want to add something in this, I do have something to
Oh.
add to a future video we'll be uploading. We're gonna be
You got
doing a pack battle within us.
Ooh.
We're gonna be opening these Dutch packs that I got traded around,
Okay.
and we're gonna decide who got the better pulls.
Okay.
So look
And
forward
a
to
lot of
that.
people don't even know what comes in a judge pack.
Yes,
so that'll
a
be
lot of
super
people.
cool.
Yeah, so I showed some
Yeah.
of them in my video recently, but we're gonna see more through this pack opening, and we're gonna see who actually has the best luck. Sounds good.
If I pull a Tama, do I get to keep it?
You're funny. But thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you in the next episode. See you later.
Peace.